I've kept you waiting long enough. It's time to take a look at Daiyusha in Vanguard Dear Days. Of course, the Dimensional Robo boss that is back in Standard. He's gotten a pretty cool new retrain in Standard format itself, kind of employing a little bit of a Pale Mooney playstyle while still retaining some of that Dimension Plays goodness. So Daiyusha itself, when he attacks, he draws a card by counterblasting 1, and if your opponent's on grade 3, then he also buffs all of your different named Dimensional Robos by plus 5k, including himself. And after he attacks, you can put a card from hand to soul to stand him, but he loses his drive checks. But if you don't have Daiyusha in your bind zone and you persona road this turn, you can bind the Daiyusha from your soul, and then he gets drive +1. So that basically means he'll attack with 2 drives on the first attack and 1 drive on the second. The important thing is that this only works when Daiyusha is not in the bind zone, so it's basically once per game, sort of like a divine skill. So Daiyusha, what, is a buffing, restanding Vanguard, right? It's a little bit different from what it used to be, but they did make sure to bring back the classic ride skipping of the deck, thanks to the power of Die Battle. So Die Battle says, in the soul, if your Vanguard is Die Dragon, which is the grade 2, and your opponent's on grade 2 or greater, and you have Daiyusha, Die Lander, and Die Mariner in the soul, you can put a card from hand into soul to then choose a Daiyusha from your ride deck and ride as stand. So basically, because you can use this when your opponent's on grade 2, you want to go second with this deck, because your opponent will go first, they'll ride up to grade 2, you'll ride up into Die Dragon, and then be able to use this effect immediately to go to grade 3 before your opponent. It's also really good because you can also grade 2 game your stride opponents as well, thanks to how the ride line works. So first we have Dielander, who when you ride him, he searches your deck for a base card and adds to your hand, and when he's placed from soul to rear by your card's ability, as long as you have a Daiyusha Vanguard, he gives your Vanguard and himself plus 5k. How do we place him by the soul? Well, it is through that Die base. So this is a base set order that you can set once per turn that has 2 different abilities. The first one says if you have a Dimensional Robo Vanguard, you can rest this order, energy charge 1, which is of course one of the resources we have in Vanguard these days, and you choose a grade 2 or less card with Dimensional Robo in its name from your drop and put it into soul. But if you set this order this turn, then you can search your deck instead, which is really good because that allows you to assemble the parts that you need in the soul to superior ride as well. His second effect lets you Energy Blast 2 instead and rest this card to call a grade 2 or less Dimensional Robo from your soul. So basically you're either building up energy and building up soul, or you're using that energy to build up a field. This is really good because thanks to this card, you basically don't call from hand much at all, because you basically just like every turn put stuff into soul from drop or from deck, and then every turn just use your energy to call stuff out from the soul thanks to Die base, and then you only really call from hand like when you're missing a certain piece or you want to call a non-dimensional robo. So the Die Dragon itself, which we ride over, is when you ride over it with Daiyusha, it calls itself to rear, and when it's placed on rear from soul by your card's ability, including its own, if you have a Daiyusha Vanguard, then until the end of your opponent's next turn, he gets the effect that first he gets plus 5k, but then he also says that when your Vanguard would be attacked, you can retire himself to give your Vanguard plus 15. So basically that means that this is essentially a 15k shield that your opponent can attack into, and the plus 5k gain on rear will also stick on your opponent's turn too, which is pretty annoying for them to attack into. So then what other dimensional robos are we playing? So the Die Battles is the one that lets us ride up, but he also has a really good second effect that when he's called from soul by a card's ability, which is mostly going to be Die base, if you have a Daiyusha Vanguard and your opponent's on grade 3 as well, you can change your Vanguard's critical to become 2. So this will still have the crit 2 pressure that Daiyusha is very famous for. Then we also have Die Mariner, one of the other parts. When this is discarded from hand during your turn, you can put it into the soul instead, so that kind of like gives you a part in the soul to ride up really smoothly. And when placed on rear from soul by your card's ability, if you have a Daiyusha Vanguard, then he gives plus 2k to himself and stops your opponent from intercepting. This is really good against certain matchups and just good to like make good numbers, because it's like, you know, if you put this behind a grade 1, it's a 10k, and then, you know, Daiyusha buffs everything by 5k, so actually hitting for good numbers just with 2 grade 1s in the same column. But the MVP I would say is the Die Lady. She is, when called, if you have a Dimensional Robo Vanguard, so even if it's a grade 2, you can count plus 1 to search your deck for a base and add it to your hand. So this will search you more copies of your bases because you want to be setting base every single turn. It's a grade 0, so you can set it on turn 1, turn 2, turn 3. And once you have 4 set, I mean, that means you've thinned out 4 cards from deck with the Die bases and also with Die Lady to search the Die bases, but also means that every turn you're gaining and using energy very smoothly as well. And she also gets plus 10k when she attacks a grade 3 or greater, as long as you have 2 or more bases, so she's also a very good attacker. So to thin out the deck, as you can see, we do have, you know, Daiyusha himself puts a card from hand to soul as well, so you can put your parts that you want to call out next turn with a Die base too. We are running 4 Panzer Mia, which is the gun cycler so-called, so we only really use it for the first effect, which is when you ditch it for ride deck or you guard with it. You can Energy Blast 3 or counterblast 1 to draw a card. You don't use the second effect because you don't run any other grade 3s basically in the deck that you would normally search with this. We do run 1 extra copy of Die Dragon just because after the first one we use gets retired over, we sometimes just want to search the second one from deck and be able to like use the both of them instead of of like while deck thinning instead of having to use like the drop recursion from the one that we set for Tard, if that makes sense. So deck thinning is deck winning. The anime teaches you that these days as well. And persona riding is really important in this deck because that's the only way we can proc the extra Daiyusha effect. So in order to help with that, we are running the Sorga and Dargage. This is a dual nation card between Darkstace and Brankgate, which basically says that when you call it outside of battle phase from hand, you look at the top cards of your deck equal to the number of set orders in your order zone plus 1. So if you have 2, you look at 3, for example, and then you choose a card from among them, put it into the soul, and if you look at 2 or more cards, you shuffle the deck, and then you can count mouse 1, and then either choose a grade 2 or greater unit card from soul and add it to your hand, such as your Persona Ride or like a Gun Cycler, or you can choose a set order from soul and add it to your hand as well. So for example, if you have like a really low hand and you had to put a set order into the soul from the Die Battles effect, you can then use her effect to get the set order back into your hand too. So she's good just for like also recurring our Persona Rides, which is very nice. Speaking of Persona Rides, we are running 3 Balderides. This guy is basically like a 13k booster, and after he boosts, he goes to soul to check top 5 for a grade 2 or greater, or a set order and add it to your hand. Usually we don't add the set orders too much if you already have Die Lady, because you can just search them from her instead. So usually we're trying to catch Persona Ride with this, but if there's no other better targets, then you take a grade 2 as well, which is also fine, or the set order. I wish you picked up Blitz orders because Brankgate has a really good Blitz order called Freezing Wave that you Soul Boss 1 to play, and then you choose a unit being attacked and it gets plus 10k until end of that battle for each set order that is rested in your order zone. So every turn you're blasting through like, you know, 4 of your die bases, they're all resting, then you use this and you've got a 40k shield, which is really, really good. Even in earlier turns, like when it's a 20 or 30k shield, it's still really good value, so it's a very good blitz order. And we also run the Twin Cast as our Regulus piece of choice. Basically a 10k shield blitz order that then in drop works as another 15k shield by removing itself from drop. So it's pretty good. It helps with the defense of this deck, and the fact we don't call much from hand helps as well because our hand is usually quite big since we're always just calling from the soul. And finally, we run 2 of the countercharger Bedash Bursten. He basically is a 10k booster if you have a base in your order zone, which the die base is, and then goes to soul to countercharge 1. So he's like a better Bobo Mine. And then we have a pretty aggressive trigger lineup, 8 crits, 3 fronts, because we draw a fair bit in this deck thanks to Daiyusha, and we also make a lot of free advantage from our die base as well. So in order to prevent deck out and just like kind of max out on like how our attack pattern goes, which is usually just like Vanguard twice and then the rear guards, the fronts are really effective in that. So for that reason, I think they're also very good. With that, that's going to do it for the deck explanation. And now let's take a look at some games to see Daiyusha in action. Oh, we found a game after all these years. Oh, Bold Man Showdown. Justin Wong when he learns of this information. Hako Mask. Hako Mask. Interesting. All right. What do we got? What is my opponent going to be bringing? We go first. Well, we won the dice roll, but we actually want to go second with Daiyusha. So we'll elect to go second. We open an order that's really, really important. If you don't have order, it's a little bit bad news bears, just because you don't get to cycle them. So we don't need the Surga early, and we don't need the countercharge early. I think what I want to see is a Die Mariner if possible. Yeah, that's good. That's good. The Die Battle is also fine to discard. Ooh, it's actual Zorga. Go. I didn't forget to change my playmat this time. That's also good. Oh, does Masanori monologue every time he drive checks? So we're gonna ride up. So we ditched the Die Mariner. Die Mariner's effect basically allows us to like put it to soul when we ditch it, which is really good. So the whole point of Daiyusha is that you basically gather the pieces into your soul and then you ride up on your opponent faster than they can. So I like to resolve this effect first. The top one searches for a base card, which is the order. So this way we can draw from going second without actually like drawing into the order, or like we reduce the chances of drawing into the order. Cool voice acting decision. I commentated Worlds with Masanori's voice actor last week. That was a very fun experience. Like Morishima Shuta, he's a really, really cool guy. Really, really cool guy. So it was really awesome to meet him. All right, then we set one. And then we basically want to just like search out the pieces. So we already have the die battles. So, oh, I need to actually check which act ability it is. I think it is the first one. Yeah. So this one, the first one allows us to energy charge 1 and rest the order and search our deck for a grade 2 or lower dimensional robo. We already have Die Lady in hand, so we can basically just like search out another base next turn. We can search out the 1-off copy of Die Dragon, but I probably just want to search the second Die Battles here, so I can just ditch the next one from hand for ride. And the next turn we'll just search Die Dragon out. So we'll put that in the soul. And we are going second, so I can actually call out the Balderweed here. And then I basically confirm the first hit. Like you could have done 2 attacks here as well, because I technically don't really need the second Die Battles here. But I'd like to keep it in hand to be able to call it out next turn. So we have because we should be able to get, we'll have Die Dragon, Die Lady, and then we can have 2 back rows basically to hit over defensives. And now I don't need to use the Balderweed here either, because I do want to find a Persona Ride, but I'd rather just like wait for next turn. So that way I keep something in the back, and then Zorga doesn't really have ways to like touch my back row on turn 2 or anything. So, or like, yeah, so we're not gonna activate this. Dun, dun, dun. But yeah, the latest patch in Dear Days 2 is like they fixed a bunch of bugs, but I hear people still say there's a bunch of bugs even then, right? So I don't know, man. I really want to do tournaments for like YouTube channel members and like Twitch subs, but I'd have to actually like make a ruling where it's like if your game crashes out, it's just like double loss or something, because otherwise it would take way too long to like, you know, replay a whole game, because games already take so long in Dear Days 2. So, because I mean, when I think about it, right, Pokemon Pocket doesn't have spectating, but you know, even without spectating, there's, you know, thousands of people playing in Pokemon Pocket tournaments, right? I actually don't mind getting crit here. I don't get crit here, but I wouldn't have minded because it... Okay, heal's slightly annoying, but it's not the end of the world. Yeah, I actually played Piss Order on turn 2. I was like, where? Second drive check. Where's that coming from? Yeah, you don't demote now, apparently. Which is nice. Alright. Not too happy about the heal here, but it's not the end of the world. I think if I ditch the Surga here, it's gonna help me like recycle Persona, but that, you know, is only gonna matter if I get to Persona. So for now we can ditch it, and then we'll set. So what's nice is that I now don't need to use the CB on Die Lady, and I can use it on Daiyusha's draw effect instead. Okay, which one is the new one? Is this the new one? Is this the one that lets me search deck? Or not? Okay, it is. Just have to make sure. Just gotta make sure. I want to put the Die Dragon in here because we already have the Die Mariner. So we then look at our soul and we activate the effect of Die Battles, because we have all of the units in soul now. I can basically put this into soul for the cost, and now we're able to ride up with the Daiyusha on our ride deck while our opponent's on grade 2, which is really nice. And then the Die Dragon from the ride deck activates to call itself out. Bada bing, bada boom. So that's going to be a 15k now. And then I can make a column with Die Lady. Make a column with Die Lady. We're not going to use our effect here. Don't activate. Because next time we have an order. And then we're going to use this order, use its second ability to Energy Blast 2. So we go down to 6 energy here. And we're going to rest it in order to call out the Die Lander. And the reason for that is that Die Lander gives 5k to itself and the Vanguard. So this way we have 10k shield. This is going to be pretty huge, and this is going to be 23. So everything gets over defensives or asks for 10k shield. So the amount of like cards we're requiring are pretty good, and we're also getting over defensives pretty well too. So that's good enough for this turn. And this way we can like swing in with the 15 and streaming at 5:22 a.m. Damn. Thank you to everyone for either staying up late or waking up early. I guess in Europe it's like early morning now. So the people that have like early morning shifts, you get a nice little good morning stream. Okay, so this is pretty good. We stay in they dropped the 15k for this. They're probably gonna take the Vanguard, is what that means. So now we draw one from Daiyusha's effect. Normally this would give a 5k buff, but you know, it's a little... Okay, another Die Lady's good. We're gonna want to use the Balderweed here in order to find a Persona Ride. We really need the Persona Ride for next turn. Freezing Wave is good because we get huge shield from that. Second check. Twin Cast? Okay. So I'll only be able to play one of 2 of these Blitz orders this turn, but not too bad. How's Zorga doing in Japan? It's not too great, but there are people that only play Zorga that are good with it. I did lose to Zorga in locals with Messiah the other day. So, ooh, congrats on the new job, Kisa. All right, so here we could technically use Daiyusha to like restand, but I don't want to do that because my opponent hit defensive, so there's no real point. So we're gonna just use the ball read here. Put you to soul, and then try to find Persona Red. We don't find Persona Red. It's kind of annoying. We can find the Surga, but she doesn't really do anything without Persona. So we're gonna have to pray to draw into it. Don't need to activate this. Vanguard's only 13, and we don't get the... Or it's actually 18, but we don't have a drive check, so it's not really worth it. We just swing for 5k shield. If we can take 2 cards out of my opponent's hand, is also fine. If I go to 2, that's also fine. Okay, we take a 15. They actually have to overguard, so that's good. So we needed 1 damage, but we took out 2 cards from hand. Next turn we're gonna have pretty good scaling even without the Persona Ride, and then I can just like hold the Daiyusha drive check skill later. So we'll see. I work 6 p.m. to 5 a.m. so the streaming time is perfect. Damn, that's good. But yeah, let's see for a top deck Persona. Ooh, the secret. Damn, all right. Bling bling. Blinged out. Zorga. Ooh. We got the cool little... Damn, he got the freaking... He got lines. He got bars. He got bars and he got a nice little beat too. Okay. So using the effect here to EB2, bind an order, revive 2 and give them 5k for every... Ooh, Magose. Okay, he's gonna use Caliburn and get the drive check. Is this game good for Switch? It's fine, I guess. I play on Steam, but the Switch version is, you know, good for portability. Yo, what's up, Kai? Streaming weird times. It's a good time for America. If you wanna do a favor to your American viewers, Kai, you can stream in the morning. Ooh. Okay, yeah, that's gonna come out. But this didn't come out by... This came from the top? Or from hand? Yeah, this came from hand, right? It doesn't have the buff. Which nation has the best OST? This current soundtrack goes kind of hard, not gonna lie. Okay, let's use Dragon here. So his effect allows me to retire itself to use it as a 15k shield. So that stops this like 2 crit swing. So this way we can just take the Vanguard with like no strings attached. I could also intercept the Die Lady, I guess, if I really want if I wanted to make it stuck, because they could swing rear here and deny me CB, but if they do that, that just means I got a free turn. So that's also fine. Okay, they swing Vanguard. So makes sense. Makes sense. The grade 1. Let's see. This allows you to give 10k to a rear guard. It's gonna give it to that. Okay, not to the, you know, standby rear guard. I'm not gonna do divine skill here. Okay, I guess Persona. So I was gonna make the divine skill a bit scarier next turn. Okay, blank blank. So that means their shield value in hand is like pretty low. Blank blank blank. That's a pretty easily breakable hand. Wow, Guncycler would have liked that. At least next turn we can use the EB7, so that's good. I only have 1 CB though. I only have 1 CB, so probably don't want to use Die Lady this turn then. We'll just hold off, because I don't need to search the last order yet anyway. I do have the 3rd order in hand. We don't top deck the Persona. It's not the end of the world though. We're gonna go into main phase here. And so basically we can set this. Gimme. And we can deck thin out 1. This will put me to 9 energy, right? This will put me to 9 energy, or 10 energy actually. Which is still fine. We're like barely fine. Go to 10 energy, search deck for a dimensional robo. We do want to search deck here. We have Die Mariner already in soul, so I guess we'll just search out the Die Lady for later turns. And then here we can basically call out 2. We have a Die Dragon in soul, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so we can call out Die Dragon and Die Battles. Die Battles will give a crit to Vanguard. And then this can go behind Vanguard and it'll do its work. So Yeah, we'll go down to 6 energy this way. So we don't get to do the EV7, but that's also fine. Next turn we'll get the 4th order, so that means we'll be able to EV7 next turn. The thing is, I don't need to EV7 if I can just find the gun cycler. That's also the good part. Alright. We'll get the 5k here. And now also the 15k shield effect, which will be good for next turn. And then we'll use the order again to EV2 one more time. Confirm. And rest it. And this also gives me another 10k shield off of the freezing wave too, which is good. So here we call the die battles, and die battles will give the crit to Vanguard here. So this way they can't just like blindly take my Vanguard swing, and I can swing Vanguard unboosted to give pressure to the second swing, and I can put the die lady into soul from hand here too, which is quite nice. So we can swing this unboosted. This will swing for just 18 because Daiyusha does give plus 5k to all my different named dimensional robos. And everything is currently different named, so everything will just get the global buff, which is nice. What did we draw into? We drew into a crit. Oh, I still have to choose the units? Come on. They're all different names, just do it automatically. Whoop. That's quite good. Basically get like a 10k to a column. So it's like basically Persona Ride. Sort of. Yo, Alex Jacobs, thanks for the membership, man. Welcome back, welcome back. Yeah, so 18k twin drive, 2 crit with like a 3 blank drive check hand is ooh, going for the 2 to pass? That's still 2 to pass. We need another 5k for no pass. That 5k was pointless, by the way. On the 2 to pass. Ooh, blank city. Not too happy about that, but happy about finding a gun cycler. That is good. We will go for the restand because we forced out 2 cards, so we know 3 cards are blanks. So this might even hit. Yeah, they might just want that in the drop. That is true. Alright, Daiyusha. Chiagare! So this is going to be 33. This is also, what, 33 as well? 38? No, 28. So it's a little smaller. I guess they will want to guard this. So let's force out the shield and then we can just confirm the last 2 hits. I guess I could have technically have gone for like swing with this first. This gets 10k though, so this is bigger. Never mind. So it's 38. So they take 2, and then even if they hit defensives, we're still asking for cards. So it doesn't look like they have many cards to guard with. So that's also important. And then I'd like to find a Persona Ride off of this Boulder Reed if possible. That would be the dream. That would be the dream. Will the dream come true? Come on, Boulder Reed. Kiechima! Whoa, we found it. All these PGs in deck still. Pain. Hopefully we can draw into one of them. This is just a 15k, but it doesn't look like they have... I mean, they might have one, but they guarded with 2 of them last turn. So we know that there's Persona Ride in 2 orders in here. Takes it, doesn't have a 15k. So this, even if they have defensive, it's still gonna be another 15k. Ooh, finds the Blitz order. That's a really good card that scales like crazy too. Alright. Gimme, gimme, gimme. This is 38. I wish the these like automatic 10k gains would happen without you having to like confirm them. The only thing that's slightly annoying. Okay, we pushed them to 5 even. So that's really good for next turn. Even if they heal down, because I'm assuming they're gonna go for 3 drive checks here. So even if they heal down to 4, I do still have 2 Vanguard swings next turn. I do have Persona Ride now as well. Final turn. Buddy, 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 buddy. Buddy, buddy, Poffin, bro. Come on. Calm down. Calm down. Alright, Persona. You do get, like, he's gonna revive the 2 crit snail. And then that's gonna basically be able to do... That's gonna try to swing for, like, crit pressure. I can basically just, like, hard guard it. The only problem is not having PG means I can't ditch this twin cast. So I can try to challenge myself and, like, draw the PG off of the gun cycler. He touches you twice, you die. Well, let's see. Okay, big revive. The Stoicheia themes are really good, especially this one. I love this final turn Stoicheia theme. Is this the final turn or is this like the 5 damage theme? I'm curious. What board are we building? Because I know he's got 2 snakes in there. Oh, it was only 1. There's only got 1 snail, but he does have this one. Magose. So he gets the third drive check and he gets the 5k to the front row and the revive. So he can revive another back row here. Can revive another back row. Does he? He can revive a crit or front. He doesn't have dog though. Yeah, he doesn't have a dog to like bounce this back to hand, unfortunately. Yeah, it's gonna make two crit rear guards. So basically I can basically just like try to guard the rears. He's probably gonna go rear van. I can guard rear, take van, and then guard the last. Yeah, so this is 34. This will be also very huge. So he's trying to basically like 2 to 6 me. But if I guard these two, then taking Vanguard is pretty like, even with triple drive, is pretty risk free. If he crits me, then the last swing is a little bit annoying. But 34 is like I guard with this, and then I guard with this and Gun Cycler. This will get pretty swole though, so I'll probably have to burn the freezing wave on it. How big are we getting? 40, so 58. 58, freezing wave goes to 43, 20k shield gets me there, that's fine. Okay, we'll use Eye Dragon here as soon as possible. So we do want to go to 28 here. Yeah, he has Divine Skill this turn, but I'm not really too worried. So we do that. Then we do 33 and Gun Cycler Panzermia. And then we can use the Gun Cycler to see what we draw into. We have just enough energy to use it. What we got? What you got for me? A crit. That's also fine. That's guard value. Alright. We block that one. Probably gonna swing. I'm curious if he's gonna swing boosted or unboosted here, but this stands a column, so he's gonna swing boosted, right? Yeah, it's the whole column. Okay. And he's gonna give plus 2k to that one. Okay. So this is now swinging for 60. Yeah, so I do want to take this one. Oh, I want to guard this one, take the Vanguard. And then if he hits a crit, I do have to block the last. I'm thinking, is there a world where I take this? But Vanguard's also pretty huge because this also gives a buff too. So I think we do Blitz Order first. Soul Blasting out the Bouldery. So this will put me to 43. 58. And then I guess I don't really need you right now. So I'll go to 63 here. Would have really liked to draw into a PG from the Panzermia, but it's not the end of the world. So we basically eat the Vanguard swing. He's got triple drive. We do have somewhat compressed deck. We've searched out 3-dimensional robos. We've compressed out 2 cards from Balderreed. So in terms of triggers, we have 4 crits and all my fronts and 2 heals and OT still in deck. Divine! The Vanguard is smaller. It's not that much smaller. Pray no OT. Yeah, that's the main thing. So this is 70. So I currently go up to 43, 58, 63. So I need 1 defensive to not get cooked. So let's see how this goes. PG. Crit. Yeah, we do need a defensive. Let's see. If he hits me another crit, that's also fine. Yeah, we need defensive. We need defensive, otherwise we're slightly cooked. Oh, come on! I decked in so hard for this. Annoying part is that I also don't proc my heals. Yeah, we don't hit defensive, so we have no choice but to take this. Yeah, the PG was 1 card away as well. So the pun... could have taken a damage, but then I would have damage checked the PG anyway. Yeah, so we have to take this with this frame drop. But we do still have 3 heals and an OT left, so I'm not too worried. All that being said. I guess they were... God, these frame drops, what is happening? Alright. Heal coming, heal coming, heal coming. Come on. In 22 cards? Oh, come on, man. How? No defensives and all that deck thinning? Yeah, because I would have gone to 43, 58. Because Vanguard was 50, was it 53 or 58? I would have gone to 53. Yeah, no, triple drive, it's too risky. On a triple drive is too risky. Yeah, I was 1 in 6 for heal, but also any two defensives would have been fine. Yeah, I could have done... I don't think I could have even... couldn't even have done 2 to pass. I think it was only max 1 to pass. You could have put Twin Cast into Soul for the restand and Soul Blast Twin Cast out with Cold Wave. Ooh, yeah, that's true. You're so right. You're so right. I actually could have done that. I actually could have done that. That is a good point. I already had Freezing Wave in hand at that point. So I already had both in hand at that point. So I should have actually, yeah, that's a good point. I should have sold in the Twin Cast off of Daiyusha and then Soul Blasted it out with Freezing Wave. We got a game on our hands. It's the same person, Taco Masku. It's the only person left on ladder. Everyone else died. It's just you and me fighting it out for eternity. All right, is it Zorg again? Is it the rematch? Okay, so he knows I throw scissors and he threw papers. He's gonna try to throw rocks. I'm gonna throw paper and win. Yeah. We got Persona. Freezing Wave I don't really need. Zogut. The only dude in my region. Damn, what is this? Greedong? Greed Bong? He's only running villain decks? It's crazy. That's crazy. The region locked isn't ranked as well. That is so nasty. That is so nasty. Alright. Let us ditch. I guess I can ditch die battles. Because we'll search out a base here. We'll set it. Next time we do have to use the Die Lady. We can search them. Now we have 2 Mariners in deck, right? So we can search out the... let's see. Is rank really region lock? Like Steam region lock? Dude. At first I thought the Steam version was quite good, but the more time passes, the worse the Steam version gets. Yeah, you can change your Steam download region to like fix it, but the fact that you have to do that is so ass. Alright, so from deck, we want to search... We have 2 Die Mariners, so we just search the Die Battles, I guess. I don't see them damage denying me here. If they do, then that's pretty ballsy, but... I think this is fine. We don't have Balderreed here, so we'll just swing past. Wait. Switch from Chile to Miami to get games? Wow, that's so unfortunate. Actually so unfortunate. What is this game, dude? What is Deer Days? What is Deer Days, bros? It is but a sad experience. Greed Bong. Yeah, how are you making a Steam game region lock? Like Deer Days 1 was in region lock. What's the point? Literally, what is the point? Like, I don't get it. But oh well. It's just such a strange thing. That's what I mean, like I've been finding myself playing Pokemon TCG Pocket way more than Deer Days. Obviously I also played Pokemon TCG Live too, but the fact that Japan already rotated and living in Japan, you know, I play post rotation here. And then, you know, and then PTG Live in English is not rotated. It's kind of weird. So the card pool confuses my brain. They tried to optimize the engine and Footy was really good at trying. That's funny. 1 step forward, 2 steps back. Just another day. We actually want to take both of the CB here, by the way. We want to take both of the attacks here because then that gives me both Die Lady and the Daiyusha. Or not. I guess we'll just shut down the second attack. In which case my opponent should have swung rear first, because then I'm still threatened to drop up like a 5k or something even if I hit the defensive. Yo, what's up, Otai? Thank you for the 34 months. Thank you. Got another Die Lady. I can actually ditch her for cost as well. We only need 1. We can recycle the rest. It's just kind of annoying because I want to call her out here. So we don't get to use the Daiyusha to CD1 and draw, which is like not the end of the world. So we're gonna search out the Die Base, and then we still need to find the Die Mariner. So if we could have found Die Mariner here, would have been a bit better, but it is what it is. So we're gonna set, And then use the newly set one to rest it, gain energy, and search our deck for Dai Marina. Now the problem is I don't have anything good to put from hand to soul. The only thing that's annoying, because I do want to use 2 energy here to call out a grade 1 to make my columns hit better. So we don't want 87. We're going to use the die battles. I guess put a trigger into soul. It's not the best, but we don't want to put persona in because we can persona next turn. So we're going to ride up into Daiyusha. And then Die Dragon will come out, get 5k. And then we'll just do the same thing again of like calling out the Die Lander to make the good column. So just like 15, 13, 23 is like, we have enough threats, basically. Why is it lagged? I feel like what I've heard rumored, I guess, is that it's because there's so many cards in the game, which is funny. It's pretty funny. Okay, so we'll make our Vanguard 18, so at least we're hitting for good numbers here. And then we can just kind of swing from the side. Pocket's fun. Yeah, like Pocket's been really fun after the last set came out. I was playing Palkia a bunch. I've been playing like Dialga Yanmega lately. Picking up my Weavals, playing like Darkrai variants. Does that mean the DLC will make the game lag even more? It might, yes. If that logic is actually real. If that logic is real, then DLC will only make things worse, which is so epic. Hog you, Chad. Hog you. Alright. Give me that shield. It's a twin drive. They probably want to guard it. Oh, no guard. Crit for game. Whoa, go to 4. Go to 4, baby. I got a Japanese ad on Twitch. Yeah, I want to get... I mean, I live in Japan, so I do get Japanese ads. That's kind of normal. But some of the ads are funny because a lot of Japanese ads in Twitch use Japanese streamers. So sometimes you see like famous streamers on Twitch ads. It's pretty funny. Damn, defensive god? Will they go to 4? No, they're gonna heal down. Sheesh, bro, sheesh. If you give the power here, I can't hit this anymore. No, if you gave it to the rear, I couldn't hit it anymore. Well, so be it, I guess. I will then hit your rear. I will then hit your rear. You hit a front. We take those. Boom, boom. He shot the dragon. Or whatever that Skull Kemda is. Sack so many energies with Misty in my Palkia deck. Yeah, that deck is fun. I really also enjoy using Dialga because when I play into Palkia, I can use the Mew EX to just copy the Palkia's attack without ditching the energies. So good. Alright. Oh, here's the Sasho or whatever that thing's called. Favorite Pokemon deck? In actual Pokemon TCG or in Pocket? Real DP fans play Daikaiser in DD2? Dude, I wonder how long it's going to take for Daikaiser to come standard. We know it's coming eventually. But when is that eventually? In TCG, Raging Bolt is the deck I've played for like the last half a year in tournaments. But I have all the parts for Enzorwark that I'm slowly gonna start playing around with this week as well. I'm trying to join some Pokemon tournaments this week because my City League's next week, so I need to practice. I need to get like a top 4 finish at the City League if I want to still have contention to qualify for Nationals. It sucks because in Japan, if you win a City League, you auto-qualify for Nationals. And in Season 1 of City League, I finished 2nd. So I whiffed my invite. But I also bubbled into Top Cut. I was like the only X2 to bubble into Top Cut. So I was like pretty blessed that day anyway. So let's see if I can continue to be blessed. But it'd be cool. Like, I really like Raging Bolt. But it's tough. What rank am I on ladder? Am I gold or am I still silver? I'm not sure. I've been a bit busy, so I haven't been like running the game as much. They got their stuff. They got their Juju markers. So their damage is now 7. That is the gimmick of Greedbong. Oh, and got the new guy. Well, new guy. It's been a year since this card came out, but Basically gets a bunch of power. And then Greedon's gonna use the bind effect to look at top 7 for Desire Devil. And then it'll restand. Ooh, the Mammoth. So it's got the Drive Check Giver. I haven't played against Greedon in like a year actually. It's been a while. It's been a really long while. So they're probably gonna just like swing. Do they have the guy that comes out of Soul? They do, right? Is this guy? Yeah, you can call this. Okay, gonna swing there. That's fine because it's like this would have cost me 15k shield normally to guard, but he's gonna take out my 50k shield for me. So I'm like, okay, well, doesn't change what I'm doing too much. Do we just no guard this? I feel like we do because the restands, they don't lose drive, so it's gonna be 3 drive on this one. Yep, nothing's gonna come out. Wait, don't you want to put that into the soul first? Oh no, it's end of battle, huh? It's end of battle that it does that. So I guess you don't want to put in soul first. Yeah, I think we'll just take this. Hopefully hit defensives. We haven't decked in that much, so I don't have like super high hopes, but yeah, it's twin driving to triple drive, right? Wow, that's a little bit annoying. Luckily we have a PG so we can guard the second swing. So it's not too bad. Let's see if they don't have any guard restricts, I think. Have you watched the last Dime episode? I'm not watching. Whoa, I'm watching OTs. But no, I haven't been watching Dragon Ball in like 20 years. I have not watched Dragon Ball in 20 years. Banger alert. Do I just no guard this one? He'd have to hit like crits. Ooh, he's not using the effect. Okay. Does that mean he drew into OT? I feel like you'd still do it there if you have OT in deck. If you don't, it's a different story though. Yeah, only one CB this turn, but it's a little bit annoying. I would have liked to use Dilating just to deck him a little bit. See what we draw off the Persona. Yeah, there's Persona Idol. Drew into Sanctitude. That's pretty good. I actually don't have good call targets, so maybe I just die battles and then charge and then... Wow, my board is pretty bad then. Yeah, my board is pretty bad here. We're gonna use the second act effect first to call out the die battles, and then we can just put the Die Lady into Soul. But maybe I want to use the Die Mariner actually. And then next turn we can put Die Lady into Soul from draw. Yeah, because Die Mariner here makes good numbers. And I can also put it behind Vanguard. So I do think I want to go for this instead. Yeah, I want to call the Die Mariner. I was thinking my rear swings are so weak that I feel like I want to actually buff them up. Because we still have 2 crit pressure here, and even though they lose at 7, like, it's not really that easy to take. Turn off Intercept here as well, and there's like a good number as well. So we can put the Die Mariner into Soul from hand. Yeah, and we just go into battle phase. The OT was pretty convenient. I'm not going to deny that. And then we do get the... Did we get a second Guncycler? No, we drew a heal, okay. And we still get everyone buffed up. So the numbers are pretty valid. The numbers are pretty valid here. So strong. The only Steam version can play ranked recently. Everyone's saying that they're getting a lot of bugs on ranked and Switch, but what bugs are you guys getting? Ooh, 2 to pass. I might just commit anyway. Especially because I have 4-card hand. It is tempting to give something else. They probably have a PG for the second. No, they would use the PG here. So they don't have a PG. Putting them to 5 is pretty annoying for them too. This is 38. Putting this to 33. Ask for 2 card guard. It's 25k shield. This is 30k. So it's quite easy with the 4-card hand. I guess asking for 15 is also kind of fine. Actually, I think we want to commit it all here. We'll commit it all here. We get the Vanguard restand here. With the the Vanguard restand itself has enough pressure. And we'll just use the Daiyusha here, put the Mariner into Soul. So it also gives us a call target for next turn if we need it again. Get the restand, and we will use the Daiyusha here since we have the Persona Ride. And then we'll swing again. They no guard it. Okay, then that distribution was quite correct because this way they go to 5 if they don't heal, and then I still threaten lethal with that last swing. All right, I go to 4. Okay, even with this, it's still fine. Even with this, it's still fine because we have a 48k swing, which is still 30k shield, so we can try to force out the 30k shield, confirm the last one, and then we still have like big pressure next turn. So we still want to swing with the 2 crit column first, because either they take this or they have to sacrifice 2 cards from hand. And if they do, then I can just swing rear if they do take it and hit defensives on this one too. They do take it. Okay, that's big. So they go to 6. The front's a little bit annoying actually. Well, that should be their last front in deck, I think. Or they might have one more. Persona's gone, that's good. That makes their numbers pretty insignificant. This thing, they have another copy in Soul? I don't think so, right? I think this guy is quite annoying because he's like the biggest attacker. So I think we just swing at the shield. Because this way they can't, if I swing into this, they can just intercept with him as well. So it's like, I don't think they value this thing as much. I think their back rows are most valuable. Yeah, Greedon loses at 7. That's like his unique factor. Oh, it says opponent match and then freezes. Damn, it's that bad. Why are they not patching that immediately, dude? Aren't they losing money? Or are they happy that the game's sold on day 1 and that's it? I'll never understand. So this guy, 4 more cards agreed on desired element card names. This unit gets 5 games on its turn. Is it this unit or that unit? You like buffs both? Oh, it puts the thing to Soul. Okay. And then this thing gets 5k if you have 3 or more cards desired element in your Soul. Okay. Close enough. Welcome back, Dawn fan. True. Okay, so they're gonna get their 2 swings in. But again, now I'm even more like good on resources. I can also Sanctitude if I need to as well. The EV7, because I haven't been able to use the EV3 guy. Probably want to swing Vanguard first if they don't have a guy in Soul, yeah. So it's actually good we didn't attack into the rear guy, because this way they didn't put that thing back into the Soul. I think I can take the first one because it's just twin drive, so even if they double crit me, I go to 5. So we can guard this. They don't have guard restrict on the second swing either. They get a PG, which is good for them, obviously. But... oh, they hit OT, but they give OT power to Vanguard? I mean, that's just 2 damage. They don't have anything that pops out of Soul mid-battle, I think, right? Don't think so. Yeah, the 2 crit is fine. If we can heal out the twin cast, I mean, it's gonna be kind of tough because they're on 6, so we can't really heal, period. But if they heal down to 5 on the second swing, they do have triple drive. I do have 2 PGs, so I can just Sanctitude on the first one. Kind of want to keep the Dilating hand, though. So probably ditch a crit for this swing. They're going to CB2 to get the drive here. So they might heal down to 5, but that's fine because I can swing Vanguard first and then like pressure crit crit for game as well. That was so fun because we haven't seen... I've only seen 3 crits on my side. Yeah, them hitting the OT is a little bit annoying because Gold Mega Hell is like only strong in this deck. So they managed to see it in the deck where it's strong. I could also guard with numbers here, but it's triple drive, so I don't really want to risk it. So I'd rather PG this, PG this if he hits a crit on it. And if he doesn't, then don't really care. You can just take it. 100 mil is 100 mil, but if it's 1 damage, it's 1 damage. What does that thing do? You bind it. Oh, is that the guard restrict? It is, isn't it? They must call 2 or more at the same time. Luckily, I'm using Sanctitude, so that doesn't affect me. I'm not calling. That's the broken part. Do I have 2 freezing waves? No, just 1. Alright. Kanzengado! Pretty good. Whoa, hit the crit on the OT swing. So good. So good. Yeah, the grade on the right line is more annoying because that guard restrict stays for the whole turn. This one is just for that one battle, so it's okay. Right? I'm not mistaken. I think that. Pretty sure it's only for that battle. Okay, they didn't hit the second crit, so I can just eat the other one. Cool. Cool effect. Cool JPEG. So this does eat my PGs, which is like slightly annoying, but it's not the end of the world. And then we can take the last swing. And I do want to ditch a trigger for this because I'd rather keep my guncyclers for future turns. Kanzengado! This probably swings rear. Optimally it should swing rear. But it might... Okay. That's fine. It's just 1 damage. I will just take it. I guess the rear he could have swung into wasn't that good value. Getting my 4th base in damage is a little bit annoying, but I'm trying to win this turn, so... Oh, I don't have Persona. We might still win, because I can make a pretty good board this turn. Right? Because I can search out one thing. So I can call Die Lady, I can search out my second Die Dragon, call that out from the second effect, and then call out... We don't really need the Crit Giver, so we can just seal Intercept off, right? I guess we'll try Final Turning. Even without... Oh no, I have Die Dragon in hand. Oh, it's a little bit annoying. That's a little bit annoying. So we don't ride. And then we're gonna call out you. Optimally, I want to heal out the Twin Cast. That would be very, very cool. If we could do that. Yeah, so Dex sends 1 card out. We set the die base. That'll deck then another card out. In worst case, if I don't have the double Die Dragon, it's like... I still get to search out... a Die Lady? Yeah, we have 1 more Die Lady, so that's good. Deck is now compressed. So... I think it's shutting down Intercept doesn't really make a difference. So I could actually get Die Dragon back in Soul and then call it out as well. That is also valid. And I can put the Die Dragon from hand as a cost too, so... no. We want to use... Yeah, I can still gain 1 more energy. I can still gain 1 more energy here to put Die Dragon from drop to Soul. Send this to the back. And then use this energy to rest this. And we can use Freezing Wave next turn too. Bonk. And then call out the Die Dragon here. So this way I still have like all the different named reguards. That's also good. And then we have 2 Guncyclers to help draw into a PG. So overall we're doing pretty okay. I would have liked to have like a Vanguard booster somewhere, but it's okay. I believe in them having a pretty blank hand here as well. It's 11 cards, but it's not that impressive. How many triggers do I have left? 1 heal left, 1 front left, 5 crits. So my rear swings will be hitting for big bazinga numbers. Let's see how they guard this. PG! Okay. I see you, big dog. So I probably just want to give power to Vanguard here, just to make that swing big, because we have 25, 33, 38. It's 30k shield. Another gun on 8 energy. Just like 1 more energy, I guess. A second freezing wave is not that important. I guess I can dish it for PG calls. But we hit a PG off the draw from Daiyusha, which is pretty good. But that is important. Okay, we still do the effect because it's still an attack. They're at 6. So they're at lethal range. So we didn't hit any triggers, but we will burn through their resources here. They have to drop like 2 5Ks here probably. So that puts them down to 7 cards. This is 33, so that's like a 3 card guard. No, sorry, no, that's a 2 card guard. It could be 3, depends if they play fronts. But I think they've seen 2 fronts. So they might have 1 more left in hand still. This is 25, 33, huh? 25 and 38. Yeah, these are... I don't think this makes a difference. So even if they guard with 3 card hand here, they still have to ditch for PG here in the last one. There, we hit a PG, which is good. We have Freezing Wave, which is also good. Okay, they 2 card guard this one. We haven't seen their last front, but we've seen 6 of their crits, so most of their triggers are out now, which is also good. So this one's 25. Let's see, 35, 48. 38, right? 38, so give me another 215s. You go to 3 cards down in hand. Then they have to commit everything to board just for the restand. Their soul doesn't have the guy that pops out. Okay, the PG for this was also fine. They have a 3 card hand. So that means they're gonna go draw into 4. I don't think they have many Persona Rides left, so they might not be able to Persona Ride. They have to ditch their drive check gainer, which is also pretty good. So we don't final turn them, but it's also fine. Like, we got pretty close. And I don't think I can lose this turn. Even with the crit, like, even with the, you know, pressure on the Vanguard swing, we know the OT is out, so I can actually guard the first Vanguard swing with numbers, even if they restand with a drive check. And then just like, even if they commit triggers to Vanguard, I can just PG the second swing and then they're fine. So this will EB3 to call from Soul, right? So this will call the drive check guy. Okay, so he's remade that. He needs to commit 1 more card from hand, basically. He'll pass on 2 cards in hand. He's going to drive check 5, go to 7. Should be fine. He has the guard restrict. So that means he's going to have... Oh, he'll have the guard restrict on the second attack then. If he has the guard restrict on the second attack, that's a little bit annoying. And the rear guard swings will be pretty big. But that means I might want to... Nah, but he's going to swing this one on boosted. So that means I can actually try to guard the 28, 30... I can do double gun here. And then try to Freezing Wave the last one. I definitely want to guard this one with numbers. Yeah, I want to guard this one with numbers. So we go to 28 first, before this retires anything. This goes to 28, double gun, goes to 38. We even use the 3rd gun just to draw a card. I do need to draw into my counter charger then, but I do think I want to use both here. This must be the 38. We'll use both. EV3. What do we draw? A crit. Use the second one. Go to 38. Boulder read. Yeah, we can make this a no pass, basically. Trying to think. Yeah, if I go to 58, that's no pass for now. Yeah, I guess we just do that. We've drawn into enough stuff to be okay. We know their OT's out, so I can just ditch an extra card. Like, I can ditch the Boulder Read or whatever for extra cost or something. I could have technically done the 15 and intercept the Die Lady. Because, does he have a sniper? What snipes? Does anything have a Wesley Snipes effect? Yeah, okay, it does have a retire. I should have done. I should have put a 15k and then this down, but I guess it's fine. This lets me keep a back row, which means that my Daiyusha will have the more things to distribute 5k to, which is fine. So now they're gonna have triple drive on this swing with more power. So obviously I want to keep the PG here. They're gonna get the retire off, and they're also gonna get the guard restrict off. Yeah, there comes the guard restrict. So now it's a 2-card hand. Give it to me, give it to me. Oh, and then that thing will pop out. Oh, he's gonna do 2 Vanguard restands. That's okay, because the guard restrict is only for this attack. And the triple drive is... How long does the triple drive last again? It's only for this battle, right? Until end of turn. Oh, but he called it there. This has to call to front, doesn't it? Call this card to rearguard circle. Couldn't he have done? Oh, mask is once per turn, right? Okay, I've confused it with the original one. Okay, in that case we can just... Oh yeah, sorry, I have to choose another one. In that case we can put down the Boulder Read, I guess. And then I can ditch the freezing wave for the cost. Because we can't guard with it this turn. Ooh. Vanguard. Alright. So now... Yeah, their hand's gonna go to 5? 6? Right. They have 4, 5. Yeah, they go to 6. Heal is not the end of the world. Because I can set up a crit on my Vanguard swing. 5, 5, and a 15. Was it? What was his other checks? Did he hit any triggers on the previous 2 checks? I was thinking about guarding too much. I didn't pay attention. It was 23 and 30. They're pretty easy to guard as well. I don't even need to use the freezing wave this turn. Yeah, I can heal out the twin cast now. Now I'm able to. I've done it. He got his last PG. Yeah, you're right. You're right. That's okay. We don't mind that too much. Alright. Yeah, and they're also on 6 cards in deck, so if they take a damage, they basically can't swing with Vanguard anymore. I mean, they can swing once with Vanguard. Dude, where are the rest of my Persona rights? That's what I'm curious about. What can we call out here? We can call out Dragon, we can call out Lady, we can call out... We need to put you back in Soul, don't we? Do I have one in drop? I do have a Die Battles. I feel like I want the Die Battles to threaten the crit. So I'll use the first effect first. Yeah, I want to put the Die Battles in Soul. And then we will EB2 and just call the Die Lady because she's making the biggest numbers. Yeah, she's making the biggest numbers. We don't have any more bases to target, so obviously not activating that. And then we will just use this. I feel like I want to put it behind Vanguard though. Yeah, I don't really have anywhere better. I can call the Panzer Mirror, I guess, just to attack with as well. Because right now we just, like, 6 card hand. You know, anything will do, basically. Yeah, we have 13 cards in deck, so we're gonna draw 1. Drive check. We're basically chilling. No boost on the first one. Just threaten. Threaten big lethal on the second restand swing without the drives. What are we drawing to? Persona Right, of course. We want to give this... Do I want to make that a 15? I feel like I want to make the Vanguard more threatening. So we're just going to do that. So only different named D-rolls get the 5k, so if you have 2 of the same thing, you have to choose which one you want to actually give it to. Oh no, I forgot to give 5k to my Vanguard. Oh no, I misplayed. Oops. I thought I gave it. I guess it's not the end of the world. Actually... Not there. We want to give it here. Oh no, they have a PG on the last one, right? So... I guess we can force the PG on the last Vanguard swing. But maybe I should have given... Oh, dude, forgetting the 5k to Vanguard is actually so annoying because now the restand is going to be just 26. Wow, that's actually really bad. But it's kind of okay. So they have a PG and like a 15, so... I think we forget about the Daiyusha now. I think we want to swing with this first. But then because if they take a damage, they're cooked. They can't afford to take a damage, so we're going to swing with this one first. So... If they take this, I'm also fine. Yeah. I'm also quite happy with them taking this too. Quite happy with them taking this too, because it's like, I'm not drive checking anymore. I'm going to force out... Yeah, whiffing the 5k on the Daiyusha. It's so stupid. Actual things that only happen in Deer Days. Only in Deer Days. Yeah, they got the 15 and they just PG the last swing, but then they draw into 4 cards in deck and then like they can't really do too much next turn, so we basically just deck them out. Yeah, what's up everyone in the YouTube chat and also watching this as a video. Shoutouts to you as well. Deer Days 2 bug where Daiyusha forgets to give itself 5k. It's not a bug, it's a thing that can only happen in Deer Day. Because Physically playing the game, you would never ever do that. Yeah, and they PG this one. I want to see what they ditch for it though. Simulator moment. There's a Sank. Ditching that. Oh, so they kept it. They had one more PG in hand. They had the, because they drive check a regular PG. So they still have another PG in hand, but they've seen, they have one heal, one front, one crit potentially left in that deck. Yeah, so Greedon can only afford to, okay, there's a heal. So all their heals are out. One front, one crit potentially left. I love the one question mark over trigger. Yeah, right. It's like, okay, does my opponent break the rules? If one is out, that means one is out, right? Okay, all the information is out. They still have a crit and a front in deck. But they can only afford to swing with this. And I do have Blitz Order that puts me to 43. But 2 triggers in a 4-card deck is actually pretty scary. It's actually pretty scary. So I will use the Blitz first. First and foremost. So we go to 43. And I guess I'll just be obedient. And can I still guard the last 2 swings after this though? The Vanguard can't swing. And these are grade 2s, so they're not going to be that big. So we'll still know past this. Because they, you know, it's a 50-50. They might restand to apply the Battle Door. They don't have the Battle Door for turn though. They don't have Battle Door for turn. He can restand, but he can't. He cannot swing with them. So none of these have boost, right? There's nothing that like randomly, miraculously, suddenly gains boost. Okay, we'll block that one. And then we just block, and pass. Unless he, for some reason, chooses to do read on him like here. I can't imagine that though. Yeah, the Battle Door is only when greed on attacks. The turn-wide Battle Door is different. Guard that. Windcast is still in damage. That doesn't change. And then next turn I basically just like rebuild a board from nothing. That's like the nice thing about Daiyusha is that it rebuilds a board from nothing. Which is really nice. Alright, good run. Good run. It was pretty close. It was pretty close. Like the OT effect from Gold Mega Health is really, really annoying in on Greedon specifically, so. Greedon's strong. They have no heals left. I drew into a heal, so I actually had one. Alright. Let's do some calls. I still want to play out my turn. Damn, the music. How many times has the music changed this game? The pale moonification of Daiyusha. That's right. And that's all. And that's all good. And that's all good. Doot, 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 doot. And then we just put the Dilate in there. And pass on 2 energy. Yep. Get Dilate in there. And then ability 2. Confirm. And call that lady. Very cool. And the face. Yeah, we don't have CB anyway, so there's just swing. What triggers do we have left? 2 crits and a front. I could hit a front here. No guard. Alright, fair and square. Let's see it. Daiyusha! Justice Sword up! 2 crit. So good. 40 seconds on the clock. All good. All good. No problem. Damn, the animation could have been cooler, man. Oh, there was the last PG. Never mind. I thought they had that one. I thought they checked that one. GG's. Well played. That was a cool game. That was a pretty cool game. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed seeing those games of Daiyusha in Dear Days 2. If you like this video, check out some of these other ones as well from Dear Days, as well as the Vanguard TCG as well, as I'm sure that you'll find a lot of fun other videos on the channel. But with that, thanks for watching.